Hi, thanks for checking out Kitchen Sink. This is a program I made as my final project as a student at the Flatiron School. Kitchen Sink is a time management app for cooking where a user can select multiple recipes and receive timed instructions for when to execute every step of every recipe, ensuring that every dish is completed and ready to eat at the same time. I built the back end of this program using Ruby on Rails, and I built the front end with JavaScript, React, and Redux. Okay, let's check out some of the features. After a user enters the site, they are taken to this recipes page where they can select the dishes they would like to cook. To generate the data for this project, I took recipes from the Yumly API and added additional information to create my own customized API. So the first step is for a user to select the dishes that they would like to cook. They can just scroll through this list and see what catches their eye, but I also added some filters to narrow down the choices. A user can search for a recipe by name in this field. They can also filter by type of dish, either main course or side dish. And there is also the option to filter by multiple ingredients. These are compound filters, meaning that all of the criteria for all search fields must be true for a recipe to show up in the search results. If you get too specific, you'll get this error message saying to try fewer search terms. If a user is interested in a recipe, they can click on it to see more information. On this modal, you get all of your standard recipe information, including servings, prep and cook times, ingredients, and directions. A user can decide to add this recipe to their meal by clicking this button. Okay, let's add a few more recipes to our meal. We have a main, so maybe we'll pick some side dishes. Once a user is satisfied with the feast that they've planned, they can enter the time that they would like to serve this meal. The time defaults to 2 hours from the current hour, so since it's 4:40 right now, it defaults to 6 p.m. That's a little early for dinner, so let's change this to 8 o'clock. After the user clicks the Cook This Meal button, they are taken to this modal where they can find all the information they need to prepare their meal. They can click on these recipe cards to refer back to details about each recipe. Further down, they get a start time for when to begin preparing each recipe based on the total length of time each dish takes to prepare. Below that, they are provided with timed instructions for when to execute each step. The directions in green are not time sensitive, so they can be done in advance, which will save some headaches down the line. A user can check off directions as they complete them. And if they follow along, their whole meal will be completed at the desired time. If a user decides to change recipes, they can remove them directly from this page, like so. And everything updates accordingly. You can see we don't have mushrooms in our directions anymore. They can also close out of the modal and add more recipes. So put in potatoes this time. They can also change what time they would like to eat, and all of the directions and times are updated accordingly. The last feature I'd like to show you is a shopping list function. If a user clicks this button, they are taken to this modal where they get a list of all of the ingredients for all of the recipes in their meal. They can check off the ingredients that they already have in stock, and they will be removed from the list, like so. At the bottom of the page, the user can enter their email address, and this list will be sent to their email so they can refer back to it on their phone when they're grocery shopping. This is the email they receive. You can see the items we removed do not show up in the list. So that's the basis of Kitchen Sink. I intend to continue to build out functionality by adding user components so that users are able to add their own recipes, save meals, leave reviews of recipes and meals, and connect with other users. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this program.